Here's the question. How do you make the impossible possible? Simple. Remove the I am, the ego. Now, how do you step into that newfound possibility? With a series of small intentional steps. Never forget, the greatest among us started from humble beginnings. But to truly unlock your potential, realize you're here for something greater. If you're yearning for more than just a good life, let's take that small step together to reach greatness. Welcome to the Greatness from Small Beginnings podcast, where we're talking to those who have gone from mediocrity to motivated, overlooked to overachieving, forgettable to unforgettable. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, everybody. We are back. The Greatness from Small Beginnings podcast. And man, this is me reaching back into the year 2025 and saying, when did I start reading through some of this stuff and then it having to change my thoughts, my thinking, my actions, my priorities. But this one is going to be different in that I'm going to be reading almost the entire time. I want to read something called The Decisions for Success, and it's out of a book. It's a fiction book, but the decisions, the meat of what I'm going to read are not fiction. They are clear character principles. They're principles of how we should live, how we should act, and how we should think. And I'm going to get right into it. And I'm going to list them out. Basically, I'm going to read them, and you're just going to have to be bored, and I'm going to stumble because these are super hard to read for me without thinking about them as I go, which means that I'll stumble a little bit. And you'll just have to deal with it, I guess, right? So I'm going to get started. The first decision for success, the buck stops here. By the way, this is from the book, The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. And I won't just highly recommend it. I'd say it's a must read. It is a must read. I'm not officially a book critic or whatever, but it is an absolute must read. Okay, that being said, let's get started. The first decision for success. The buck stops here. See if I can get my glasses adjusted so I can run right through this. They're going to take 3 to 4 minutes a piece. There are 7 of them, maybe close to 5 in some cases. Hopefully I won't stumble. I'll try to go a little bit fast and run through this, but it's going to help you. Please pass this podcast on to others and like it and, subscribe and whatever the other things you need to do. From this moment forward, I will accept responsibility for my past. I understand that the beginning of wisdom is to accept the responsibility for my own problems, and that by accepting responsibility for my past, I free myself to move into a bigger, brighter future of my own choosing. Never again will I blame my parents, my spouse, my boss, or other employees for my present situation. Neither my education nor lack of one, my genetics, or my circumstantial ebb and flow of everyday life will affect my future in a negative way. I will allow myself to blame these uncontrollable forces. For my lack of success. If I allow, I will be forever caught in a web of the past. I will look forward. I will not let my history control my destiny. The buck stops here. I accept responsibility for my past. I am responsible for my success. I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially because of the decisions I have made. My decisions have always been governed by my thinking. Therefore, I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially because of how I think. Today, I will begin the process of changing where I am mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially by changing the way I think. My thoughts will be constructive, never destructive. My mind will live in the solutions of the future. I will not dwell in the problems of the past, and I will seek the association of those who are working and striving to bring about positive changes in the world. I will never seek comfort by associating with those who have decided to be comfortable. When faced with the opportunity to make a decision, I will make one. I understand that God will not put in me the ability to always make the right decisions. He did, however, put in me the ability to make a decision and then make it right. The rise and fall of my emotional tide will not deter me from my course. When I make a decision, I will stand behind it. My energy will go into making the decision. I will waste none on second thoughts. My life will not be an apology. It will be a statement. Oof. The buck stops here. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. In the future, when I am tempted to ask the question, why me? I will immediately counter with the answer, why not me? Challenges are gifts, opportunities to learn. Problems are the common thread running through the lives of great men and women. In times of adversity, I will not have a problem to deal with. I will have a choice to make. My thoughts will be clear. I will make the right choice. Adversity is preparation for greatness. I will accept this preparation. Why me? Why not me? I will be prepared for something great. I accept responsibility for my past. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I'm responsible for my success. The buck stops here. That's number one. Let's listen to number two. The second decision for success. I will seek wisdom. Knowing that wisdom waits to be gathered, I will actively search her out. My past can never be changed, but I can change the future by changing my actions today. I will change my actions today. I will train my eyes and ears to read and listen to books and recordings that bring about positive changes in my personal relationships and a greater understanding of my fellow man. No longer will I bombard my mind with materials that feed my doubts and fears. I will read and listen only to what increases my belief in myself and my future. I will seek wisdom. I will choose my friends with care. I am who my friends are. I speak their language, I wear their clothes, I share their opinions and their habits. From this moment forward, I will choose to associate with people whose lives and lifestyles I admire. If I associate with chickens, I will learn to scratch at the ground and squabble over crumbs. If I associate with eagles, I will learn to soar to great heights. I am an eagle. It is my destiny to fly. I will seek wisdom. I will listen to the counsel of wise men. The words of a wise man are like raindrops on dry ground. They are precious and can be quickly used for immediate results. Only the blade of grass that catches a raindrop will prosper and grow. A person who ignores wise counsel is like a blade of grass untouched by the rain, soon to wither and die. When I counsel with just myself, I can make decisions only according to what I already know. But by counseling with a wise man, I add his knowledge and experience to my own and dramatically increase my success. I will seek wisdom. I will be a servant to others. A wise man will cultivate a servant spirit. For that particular attribute attracts people like no other, and I will humbly serve others. Their wisdom will be freely shared with me. If I serve them, they will help. Often, the person who develops a servant spirit becomes wealthy beyond measure. Many times, a servant has the ear of the king, and the humble servant often becomes a king, for he is the popular choice of the people. He who serves the most grows the fastest. I will become a humble servant. I will not look for someone to open my door. I will look to open the door for someone. I will not be distressed when no one is available to help me. I will be excited when I am available to help. I will be a servant to others. I will listen to counsel of wise men, and I will choose my friends with care. I will seek wisdom. The third decision for success. I am a person of action. Beginning today, I will create a new future by creating a new me. No longer will I dwell in the pit of despair, moaning over squandered time and lost opportunity. I can do nothing about my past. My future is immediate. I will grasp it with both hands and carry it with running feet. When I am faced with a choice of doing nothing or doing something, I will always choose to act. I seize this moment. I choose now. I'm a person of action. I am energetic. I move quickly, knowing that laziness is a sin, and I will create a habit of lively behavior. I will walk with a spring in my step and smile on my face. The lifeblood rushing through my veins is urging me upward and forward into activity and accomplishment. Wealth and prosperity hide from the sluggard, but rich rewards come to the person who loves or who moves quickly. Hmm. I'm a person of action. I inspire others with my activity. I am a leader. Leading is doing. To lead, I must move forward. Many people move out of the way of a person on the run. Others are caught up in his wake. My activity will create a wave of success for the people who follow. My activity will be consistent. This will instill confidence in my leadership. As a leader, I have the ability to encourage and inspire others to greatness. It is true, an army of sheep led by a lion would defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. I'm a person of action. I can make a decision. I can make it now. Person who moves neither left nor right is destined for mediocrity. When faced with a decision, many people say they are waiting on God or for God. But I understand in most cases, God is waiting for me. He has given me a healthy mind to gather and sort information and courage to come to a conclusion. I'm not a quivering dog, indecisive and fearful. My constitution is strong and my pathway clear. Successful people make their decisions quickly and change their minds slowly. Failures make their decisions slowly and change their mind quickly. My decisions come quickly and they lead to victory. I am a person of action. I am daring. I am courageous. Fear no longer has a place in my life. For too long, fear has outweighed my desire to make things better for my family. Never again. I have exposed fear as a vapor, an impostor that never had any power over me in the first place. I do not fear opinion, gossip, or idle chatter of monkeys, for all the same to me. I do not fear failure, for in my life, failure is a myth. Failure exists only for the person who quits. I do not quit. I am courageous. I am a leader. I seize this moment. I choose now. I am a person of action. Man. Okay. Fourth one. The fourth decision for success. I have a decided heart. Mm. A wise man once said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Knowing this is true, I am taking my first step today. For too long, my feet have been tentative, shuffling left and right, more backward than forward. As my heart gauge the direction of the wind. Criticism, condemnation, and complaint are creatures of the wind. They come and go on the wasted breath of lesser beings, have no power over me. The power to control direction belongs to me. Today, I will begin to exercise that power. My course has been charted. My destiny is assured. I have a decided heart. I am passionate about my vision for the future. I will awaken every morning with an excitement about the new day and its opportunity for growth and change. My thoughts and actions will work in a forward motion, never sliding into the dark forest of doubt or muddy quicksand of self-pity. Will freely give my vision for the future to others. And as they see the belief in my eyes, they will follow me. I will lay my head on my pillow at night happily exhausted, knowing that I have done everything within my power to move the mountains in my path. As I sleep, the same dream that dominates my waking hours will be with me in the dark. Yes, I have a dream. It's a great dream, and I will never apologize for it. Neither do I ever let it go. For if I did, my life would be finished. My hopes, my passions, my vision, my future are my very existence. A person without a dream never had a dream come true. I have a decided heart. I will not wait. I know that the purpose of analysis is to come to conclusion. I have tested the angles. I have measured the possible probabilities. And now I have made a decision in my heart. I am not timid. I will move now and not look back. What I put off until tomorrow, I will put off until the next day as well. I do not procrastinate. All my problems become smaller when I confront them. If I touch a thistle with caution, it will prick me. But if I grasp it boldly, its spines crumble into dust. I will not wait. I am passionate about my vision for the future. My course has been charted. My destiny is assured. I have a decided heart. Okay, number 5, which I do like, by the way. 5th decision for success. Today, I will choose to be happy. Beginning this very moment, I am a happy person, for I truly understand the concept of happiness. Few others before me have been able to grasp the truths of physical laws that enable one to live happily every day. I know that happiness is not an emotional phantom floating in and out of my life. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is the end result of certain thoughts and activities which actually bring a chemical reaction in my body. This reaction results in a euphoria that, while exclusive to some, is totally under my control. Today, I will choose to be happy. I will greet each day with laughter. Within moments of awakening, I will laugh for 7 seconds. Even after such a small period of time, excitement has begun to flow through my bloodstream. I feel different. I am different. I am enthusiastic about the day. I'm alert to its possibilities. I am happy. Laughter is an outward expression of enthusiasm, and I know that enthusiasm is a fuel that moves the world. I laugh throughout the day. I laugh while I am alone. I laugh in conversation with others. People are drawn to me because I have laughter in my heart. The world belongs to the enthusiastic, for people will follow them anywhere. Today, I choose to be happy. I will smile at every person I meet. My smile has become my calling card. It is, after all, the most potent weapon I possess. My smile has a strength to forge bonds, break ice, and calm storms. I will use my smile constantly because of my smile. Because of my smile, the people with whom I come in contact on a daily basis will choose to further my causes and follow my leadership. I will always smile first. That particular display of a good attitude will tell others what I expect in return. My smile is a key to my emotional makeup. A wise man once said, I do not sing because I'm happy. I am happy because I sing. When I choose to smile, I become the master of my emotions. Disappointment, despair, frustration, and fear will always wither when confronted by my smile. The power of who I am is displayed when I smile. Today, I will choose to be happy. I am the possessor of a grateful spirit. In the past, I have found discouragement in particular situations until I compared the condition of my life to others less fortunate. Just as a fresh breeze cleans smoke from the air, so a grateful spirit removes a cloud of despair. It is impossible for the seeds of depression to take over a thankful heart. My God, bestow upon me many gifts, and for these I will remember to be grateful. Too many times I have offered up the prayers of a beggar, always asking for more and forgetting to give thanks. I do not wish to be seen as a greedy child, unappreciative, disrespectful. I am grateful for sight and sound and breath. If ever in my life there's a pouring out of blessing beyond that, then I will be grateful for the miracle of abundance. I will greet each day with laughter. I will smile at every person. I am the possessor of a grateful spirit. Today, I choose to be happy. Good stuff. The 6th decision for success. Here's a good one. I will greet this day with a forgiving spirit. For too long, every ounce of forgiveness I owned was locked away, hidden from view, waiting for me to bestow its precious presence upon some worthy person. Alas, I found most to be singularly unworthy of my valuable forgiveness. And since they never asked for any, I kept it all for myself. Now, the forgiveness that I hoarded has sprouted inside my heart like a crippled seed yielding bitter fruit. No more. At this moment in my life, now my life has taken on new hope and assurance. Of all the world's population, I am the one of the few possessors of a secret of dissipating anger and resentment. I now understand that forgiveness has value only when it is given away. Hmm. By the simple act of granting forgiveness, I release the demons of the past about which I can do nothing. I create in myself a new heart, a new beginning. I will greet this day with a forgiving spirit. I will forgive even those who do not ask for forgiveness. Many are the times when I have seethed in anger at a word or deed thrown into my life by an unthinking or uncaring person. I have wasted valuable hours imagining revenge or confrontation. Now I see the truth revealed about this psychological rock inside my shoe. The rage I nurture is often one-sided, for my offender seldom gives thought to his offense. I will now forevermore silently offer my forgiveness, even to those who do not see that they need it. By the act of forgiving, I am no longer consumed by unproductive thoughts. I will give up my bitterness. I am content in my soul and effective again with my fellow man. Hmm. I will greet this day with a forgiving spirit. I will forgive those who criticize me unjustly, knowing that slavery in any form is wrong. I also know that the person who lives in a life according to the opinion of others is a slave. I am not a slave. I have chosen my counsel. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know what is best for the future of my family, and neither misguided opinion or unjust criticism will alter my course. Those who are critical of my goals and dreams simply do not understand the higher purpose to which I have been called. Therefore, my scorn does not affect my attitude or action. I forgive their lack of vision, and I forge ahead. I now know that criticism is part of the price to be paid for leaping past mediocrity. I will greet this day with a forgiving spirit. I will forgive myself. For many years, my greatest enemy has been myself. Every mistake, every miscalculation, every stumble I made has been replayed again and again in my mind. Every broken promise, every day wasted, every goal not reached has compounded the disgust I feel for the lack of achievement in my life. My dismay has developed a paralyzing grip. When I disappoint myself, I respond with inaction and become more disappointed. I realize today that it is impossible to fight to fight an enemy living in my head. By forgiving myself, I erase the doubts, fears, and frustrations that have kept my past in the present. From this day forward, my history will cease to control my destiny. I have forgiven myself. My life has just begun. I will forgive even those who do not ask for forgiveness. I will forgive those who criticize me unjustly. I will forgive myself. I will greet this day with a forgiving spirit. Ow. The seventh decision for success, I will persist without exception. Knowing that I have already made changes in my life that will last forever, today I insert the final piece of the puzzle. I possess the greatest power ever bestowed upon mankind, the power of choice. Today I choose to persist without exception. No longer will I live in a dimension of distraction, my focus blown hither and yon like a leaf on a blustery day. I know the outcome I desire. I hold fast to my dreams. I stay the course. I do not quit. I will persist without exception. I will continue despite exhaustion. I acknowledge that most people quit when exhaustion sets in. I am not most people. I am stronger than most people. Average people accept exhaustion as a matter of course. I do not. Average people compare themselves with other people. That is why they are average. I compare myself to my potential. I am not average. I see exhaustion as a precursor to victory. How long must a child try to walk before he actually does so? Do I have more strength than a child? More understanding, more desire? How long must I work to succeed before I actually do? A child would never ask the question, for the answer does not matter. By persisting without exception, my outcome, my success, is assured. I will persist without exception. I focus on results. To achieve the results I desire, it is not even necessary that I enjoy the process. It is only important that I continue the process with my eyes on the outcome. An athlete does not enjoy the pain of training. An athlete enjoys the results of having trained. A young falcon is pushed from the nest, afraid and stumbling from the cliff. The pain of learning to fly cannot be an enjoyable experience, but the anguish of learning to fly is quickly forgotten as the falcon soars to the heavens. The sailor who fearfully watches stormy seas lash his vessel will always steer an unproductive course, but the wise and experienced captain keeps his eye firmly fixed upon the lighthouse. He knows that by guiding his ship directly to a specific point, the time spent in discomfort is lessened. And by keeping his eye on the light, there never exists 1 second of discouragement. My light, my harbor, my future is within sight. I will persist without exception. I am a person of great faith. In Jeremiah, my creator declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." From this day forward, I will claim a faith in the certainty of my future. Too much of my life has been spent doubting my beliefs and believing my doubts. No more. I have faith in my future. I do not look right or left. I look forward. I can only persist. For me, faith will always be a sounder guide than reason, because reason can only go so far. Faith has no limits. I will expect miracles in my life because faith produces them every day. I will believe in the future that I do not see. That is faith. And the reward of this faith is to see the future that I believed. I will continue despite exhaustion. I focus on results. I am a person of great faith. I will persist without exception. Oh, that's it. I am amazed every time I read through those. I need to probably go through them daily for a while. And maybe so should you. Pick up The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. Pick it up in written form at the end of chapter 3 through chapter 10, I think it is, are those at the end of each of those chapters. There it is. And you get to persist without exception. Anyway, it's the end of chapter 9. Oh, I'm amazed by that. So this is episode 101 of Greatness from Small Beginnings. And you see where greatness applies in this situation. I see it, and I need to do small things that create big things. I need to be disciplined in thinking and in not blaming and in forgiving and in being happy and setting my course and going for things, being a person of action, which often I tend to be not a person of action sometimes. That being said, I am going to finish this out as I normally do. I'm going to go to my notes. There we go. Zig Ziglar, my buddy that I never met. He's my friend. He says, "You were designed for accomplishment." Oh man, don't these fit that? Engineered for success. Yes. And endowed with the seeds of greatness. You were designed for accomplishment and engineered for success and endowed with the seeds of greatness. Now, pass this around, please, but go be